Okay, so I kind of had to step back and hit this from another angle, but this is what a garage gym looks like, at least mine anyway. There's not much to it, to be honest. I bought a power rack about 2 years ago, or maybe it was last year. I got this power rack, which is actually pretty nice. It's by Body Solid, and I figured it would be worth the investment. I mean, some of the power racks are more expensive, and there are obviously cheaper versions, but I decided to go with this one because I kind of figured it would be worth spending the money. And you've got the spotter bars there, and it's pretty nice. It's really sturdy, and there's actually you've got like a chin-up bar there. And I've been buying accessories for this, and the thing that I actually bought for Christmas last year, I bought myself, was there's Arnold in the back for a little inspiration. I bought that lat attachment there, the lat pull down, and that actually comes separate. It attaches to the power rack, and I think you can get like a 250-pound weight stack or 300. I went with the 250 just for economic reasons, and not only that, but I mean I can row some decent weight, but I don't know that I would ever get over 250. And the cool thing is, you actually got these little metal horns on either side of the carriage there, and you can actually put standard weights on those. I've got like 2 5-pound plates on right now just to get them out of the way, but you could, I guess, go as high as 300, if not higher, depending on how much weight you want to put on there. I think the cable's rated for like 1,000 pounds or something crazy like that. So that was well worth it. I was looking into like some freestanding versions off of eBay from existing gyms, and I was also looking at a freestanding version that Body Solid makes, but it's really tricky to get stuff to my location. We have a really steep driveway, and like freight trucks and stuff can't get up here. So buying something that was pre-assembled from eBay from an old gym, that pretty much wasn't realistic. And the freestanding unit that I was looking at from Body Solid, which is constructed by the owner, they ship it to you and you put it together. The problem with that was it was really expensive, and the square footage is, it just eats up a lot of space that I really don't have. So this was the best option, and I'm actually really happy with it. You can hear the thunder outside because it's raining. So it's been raining all day. But anyway, I would highly recommend this. I've only used it a couple times, but it's really solid. It's really sturdy. And I'm actually going to see if I can post some videos of the workout I did just prior to this video where I'm using this. And, I decided to upgrade, and I got like these nicer aluminum pulleys. I think that was like an extra $100 or something like that. And I don't really know that they do much more than the nylon pulleys, but, I guess they kind of look cool, so there's something to that. And I've been buying a lot of accessories and stuff off of Amazon. Like I bought that, that lat pull-down bar, and I bought these handles up here, and obviously, I bought a rope and stuff like that for it. That stuff's actually really pretty cheap. You can buy that relatively inexpensively. And let's see what else while we're here. I got a step, and this is actually the same exact step that I use at my gym in New York. I use this for like box squats. So after I'll do a set of like really heavy back squats, I'll really load the bar up and do some box squats with this guy. So I bought that because I feel like that's kind of the best I can do for legs here. I don't have a leg press or leg extension or any of that kind of stuff here, because obviously the expense and the space isn't there for me right now. So I'm going to be kind of restricted to just doing like free weight leg exercises while I'm here. Something else I bought recently I have not used yet is this. I think it's called a fat bar. It's like a curl bar, and it's really thick, and I don't know, I think that's going to be really killer for the biceps. For some reason they said just gripping that really heavy bar really isolates the biceps more, so I'm really looking forward to using that tomorrow during my leg workout, or my arm workout. We're actually kind of tired right now and out of it. The unfortunate thing is my flooring. I bought all this gym flooring, and I was going to extend it all the way over to the garage door opening, but I bought half of the flooring like a couple years ago, and because I didn't think I was going to use up this much space, and then I decided to buy more flooring. Unfortunately, even though I picked like the same exact SKU, the flooring doesn't match, so I've contacted the company, and I'm going to see if they can hopefully swap it out for me, if it's even possible to still get that old flooring. But for the time being, that was kind of the best I could do. I had to stop it there and put as much under my dumbbell racks as I could, because I didn't want to have to like move those stupid dumbbell racks again. So anyway, I got like a 15-pound medicine ball there, just primarily for my obliques. I really don't do any like slam ball stuff or anything like that. I just like to do these twisting movements where I'm on the floor with a 15-pound slam ball. And I've got the chains. I'm going to try to do some chain training. I haven't had a whole lot of time to work with that yet. And yeah, my dumbbells. So I bought 2 dumbbell racks for all these dumbbells that I've been sort of piecing together off of Craigslist. And Craigslist is exactly what they say. It's incredibly invaluable when it comes to gym equipment, because I guess people buy stuff, they get tired of it real quick, or they just don't have the space for it, and they just offload it cheap. So I've probably got these dumbbells from like 3 or 4 different people in New York, and there's all kinds of funny stories behind how I got different dumbbells. I actually transported a lot of these on the subway, believe it or not, which is not easy, I can promise you. And the really heavy guys, I guess I've got like 3 pounds up to 100 pounds, which is pretty good for me. That's not bad. But the really heavy dumbbells I actually bought from a guy in Queens, and I know for a fact that he bought them off of a guy in Manhattan who put them on Craigslist for like $150. I saw them a day too late, and the next day, sure enough, this guy in Queens had put them up on Craigslist himself for like $600. So I think I ended up talking him down. I think I got them for like $350 or something like that delivered, which isn't bad. For the really heavy dumbbells, they get pretty expensive, and they're all really nice and straight. They aren't torn up. They kind of have this cool antique finish. And I don't know if you can actually see, but the dumbbells themselves, each one says Rock Equinox on it. So I guess it came from an Equinox gym in Rockefeller Center in New York. So it's kind of got some nostalgia. So that's kind of cool too. Yeah, and I've got a lot of standard weights that I've just kind of accumulated. I've got some, obviously the Olympic weights and stuff. And I bought this standard weight rack thinking it was an Olympic rack, but unfortunately it wasn't. So I had to order another rack. So I'm going to have 2 weight racks eventually, because I need to get more weights anyway as it is. I don't have enough increments and stuff. But my bench is crap. I bought this first. I bought this like 3 years ago. It's a Bowflex bench. It was on Amazon for like $75. And it's just not very good. I mean, it serves its purpose, but, the seat does not go up. The seat's really wide. And the problem with my power rack is in the lat attachment that I have, you can't really straddle the back of the power rack because of how far back the lat attachment is. So I think Body Solid actually makes a bench specifically to be used with this power rack. And, I'd like to get that eventually, but it's really expensive, and, I only have so much money to spend. So for the time being, this is going to have to be it. And I guess that's it. That's pretty much my little home gym. And then I guess the last thing, I bought this this attachment so I could do some rows. And oddly enough, this attachment does not go with this power rack. It's the little part that straddles the bar of the rack actually wasn't wide enough. So I had to tip the rack over and cut some holes in the bottom of the steel to insert these little tabs that are attached to the rowing attachment. Those kind of go up into the steel of the power rack. And then I just drilled a hole straight through, and I was able to bolt it on, and it actually worked out really great. And I was using that today, just doing some single arm dumbbell rows, or I guess barbell rows in this case, and it was pretty nice. So that's the home gym for the time being, and I guess there's always improvements to be made. Like I said, the flooring and stuff. And oh, I guess I've got one more thing hiding over here behind the rack. And I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, you probably can't see it very well. But that's basically a dip attachment. And that just goes on those spotter bars, and you can actually do like dips, body weight dips inside the power rack, which is kind of cool. It's a little bit of a pain to put on, and it eats up a lot of space, but I figured that was one of those accessories for like $50 that I would just go ahead and buy, so I had it. And you know, I can actually do dips, and I can throw those chains over my shoulders and look like a badass, so it's pretty cool. And anyway, I guess with that, I'll leave you with a little Arnold inspiration on the wall there. And yeah, I guess I'll check in a day or two and kind of go over all of my food and stuff for this particular trip, which of course is my new obsession. All right, until then.